Grace and peace to you. Welcome to Morning Watch. I'm Rob, one of the pastors here at White Plains. Glad to have you with us today on a Thursday. Morning, Terry. This is where we gather for a song and a thought for the day. So glad you're with us whenever you're watching. Good morning, Kenham. And coffee. Morning, Vernon. Well, let's begin our time together by going to God in prayer. I watched this morning for the light that the darkness has not overcome. I watched for the fire that was in the beginning and that burns still in the brilliance of the rising sun. I watch for the glow of life that gleams in the growing earth and glistens in sea and sky. I watch for your light, O God, in the eyes of every living creature and in the ever-living flame of my own soul. If the grace of seeing were mine this day, I would glimpse you in all that lives. Grant me the grace of seeing this day. Grant me the grace of seeing. Amen and amen. Morning, Floretta. Well, after a couple of Pete Townsend songs, here's a song by Andrew Peterson, great contemporary writer. It's just seemed to fit with today's reading. Got all the emotions heaving like an ocean. You're drowning in a deep, dark well. And I can hear it in your voice that if you only had a choice, you'd rather be anyone else. I love you just the way that you are. I love the way you made your precious heart. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I know it's hard to hear it when that anger in your spirit is pointed like an arrow at your chest. When the voices in your mind are anything but kind, and you can't believe that Father knows best. I love you just the way that you are. I love the way you made your precious heart. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. How does it end when the war that you're in is just you that you consume? Gotta learn to love, learn to love, learn to love, learn to love your enemies too. Kind to yourself. Can't expect to be perfect. It's a fight you gotta fight. You belong to whatever you do. So darling, lay down your weapon and take a deep breath and believe that I love you. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Gotta learn to love, learn to love, learn to love, learn to love, learn to love even when the enemy is you. Yeah. He doesn't actually write that in that song, but I hear it every time, right? Learn to love your enemies, even when sometimes it's right here, right? If you haven't seen it, there's the most incredible video of that song where Peterson is singing it at the piano with his daughter. And that part where he says, take a deep breath and believe that I love you, he sings it right to his daughter. It chokes me up just thinking about it. Well, I thought of that song for today because of today's reading that just, seemed to fit. Somebody who needed that song sung to them at a certain time. Thank you, Floretta. I'm glad you like the shirt. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Emma. Thanks, y'all, for being here. So this is from this little book, This I Believe, from NPR, published back in 2006. Of course, the original series from the 50s. We'll get to some more of those. We're going to be carrying this one through the summer, I believe, for a while. I'm really enjoying these essays. I hope you are as well. Today is from the 2006 collection. It's called The Connection Between Strangers. The Connection Between Strangers by Miles Goodwin. On June 23rd, 1970, I had just been mustered out of the Army after completing my 1-year tour of duty in Vietnam. I was a 23-year-old Army veteran on a plane from Oakland, California, returning home to Dallas, Texas. 1 year, just 1 year, what it could do to someone. He writes, I had been warned about the hostility of many of our fellow countrymen felt toward returning non-vets at that time. There were no hometown parades for us when we came home from that unpopular war. Like tens of thousands of others, I was just trying to get home without incident. I sat in uniform in a window seat on the plane. Now get this, old-timers like me. I sat in a window seat chain smoking on the plane and avoiding eye contact with my fellow passengers. No one was sitting in the seat next to me, which added to my isolation. A young girl, not more than 10 years old, suddenly appeared in the aisle. She smiled and without a word timidly handed me a magazine. I accepted her offer, her quiet welcome home. All I could say was thank you. I do not know where she sat down or who she was with, because right after accepting the magazine from her, I turned to the window and wept. Her small gesture of compassion was the first that I had experienced in a long time. I believe in the connection between strangers when they reach out to one another. That young girl undoubtedly has no memory of what happened years ago. I like to think of her as having grown up, continuing to touch others and teaching her children to do the same. I know she might have been told to give me the gift by her mother. Maybe her father was still in Vietnam at that point. Maybe he had not survived the war. It doesn't matter why she gave me the magazine. The important thing is that she did. And since then, I've followed her example and tried in different ways for different people to do the same for them. Like me on that long ago plane ride, they will never know why a stranger took the time to extend a hand. But I know that my attempts since then are all because of that little girl. Her offer of a magazine to a tired, scared, and lonely soldier has echoed throughout my life. I have to believe that my small gestures have the same effect on others. And to that little girl, now a woman, I would like to take this opportunity to say again, thank you. Good one, right? Miles Goodwin is a real estate attorney in Milwaukee. During the Vietnam War, he was a clerk for the U.S. Army headquarters outside Saigon. Goodwin says it took 10 years. 10 years. After his discharge, before he told people about his service there. He enjoys his family, investing and riding motorcycles. What are we doing to folks when we send them to war? What are we doing to ourselves? Yeah. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. For everyone is fighting a great secret battle, right? As the proverb says. And you never know what your act of kindness, what your smile. I remember when our Spanish-speaking congregation came onto campus and moved from the annex church where they were meeting down the street to meeting on our main campus. And all of a sudden we were actually interacting with each other much more on Sunday mornings. We weren't worshiping together. That would come later as we began having combined services occasionally, but we were seeing each other. And I remember asking some folks back at the time, how can we make you feel welcome? And one of the answers I received was, just smile at us. Just let us know you're glad that we're here. It's amazing what a small act of kindness can do for someone. Because you never know what they're going through inside. Alrighty. Thanks for being here, folks. Thanks for taking that to heart and enjoying this little book and this time with me. May you find peace and purpose in this day. Hope it's a good one for you. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Friday for another Morning Watch. Take care. Yep. Amen, Kenna.